How's it going? I'm Jason, and this is the first video of my Great Guitar Build Off 2021 build series. I'm not going to do any building in this video. I'm just going to talk about my design and the hardware and what I'm going to use and how I came up with the plan and that kind of good stuff. So come back in the next video if you find that sort of thing to be boring. Great Guitar Build Off 2021 has been going on since February 1st. And today's March 26th, so I'm a little bit behind, but lots of other guys seem to be getting started around now too, so I don't feel too bad. What I have seen out there on Instagram and YouTube is pretty awesome. There's some really cool designs and some pretty cool videos to go along with them. They announced the judges and they're all awesome, so this is going to be a super fun deal. I can't wait. My design, though, is I starts at the beginning with my first guitar. This is it. I call it my scrap wood build because I made it from some triangular cutoffs from a cabinet job I did and some random pieces of mahogany from a bed frame. But this is relevant because I wanted my main guitar that I grabbed to play day to day to be audible without having to plug it in. So I thought I would make myself a nice little hollow body, and then when I'm sitting on the couch or whatever, I can hear it over background noise or the TV or whatever else happens to be going on. But what I didn't think about was that it doesn't feel like a solid body anymore. I mean, it sounds great, it came out awesome, but I'm used to a solid body guitar, and this feels like a hollow body. So the first guitar that I grab is still one of my old guitars. The guitar itself was a major success, but in application it was a failure. So my second guitar, I went to a solid body because I wanted to make another guitar, but I didn't want to make another hollow body. So I came up with this cool thing. And what's relevant about this is I wanted to take the metal out of the bridge and just have the saddles sit directly on the wood. I thought it might give a little bit more connected feel, maybe add sustain, something. I didn't know at the time, but I tried it. It worked out great, and this guitar feels really excellent when you're playing it. It has a nice connectedness. I don't know of a better term, but it feels great. So that was a success, but it's still solid body. That brings us to my third guitar, which is a 5-string bass I made for my brother, but I was still thinking about the whole hollow body concept, but still feeling solid. So I made it a neck through. The neck runs through the center of the hollow body, the pickups mount to that, and the saddles sit directly on the neck wood. So now it feels really nice. It feels just as good as my neck through bass. And it's hollow, and it has some sound to it. So I'm sitting there on the couch. This makes some noise and makes me really happy. I don't have to plug it in, and I can still jam out. And that brings me to my fourth guitar, which is this sexy little thing. I carved this out of a chunk of 180-year-old ash wood. It's all one piece. And well, it doesn't really have any contributions to the build-off design other than this has quickly become my favorite guitar to pick up and play, and it's a solid body. So it doesn't really sound like anything until I plug it in, which is great, but still thinking about that first one. Then Ben Crow said some stuff on his YouTube channel about this Great Guitar Build Off 2020. And of course I had to join in that. That sounded fun, sounded awesome. I wanted to be in it. So I did, and I still came back to that same concept. Hollow body guitar, neck through. Only I made a bridge for this one and a tailpiece, and then I made it baritone scale and 8-string because it was for a contest, and I thought I'll throw a whole bunch of specs at it and make it over the top, and that'll make it cool. And that'll get attention. And Ben Crow saw it and he liked it, and well, mission accomplished. But it's big, and it's got 8 strings, and it's big, And I don't go and grab this when I want to play the guitar. Although it's an amazing instrument and the 8 strings really intrigue me, I'm not used to it yet, so it still kind of isn't my favorite. Plus it has a tailpiece and it feels like it has a tailpiece, and I really like the feel of a string through. So, Great Guitar Build-Off 2021 is here. So let's keep that same concept and make it be the guitar that I want to pick up and play every day. So, it's going to be smaller. This is the general shape, but I've already changed some things dimensionally on it, so this is no good as a template, but it gave me enough of idea how to select the wood and lay everything out that this was good. I'm going to make a hollow body 7-string multi-scale, because 8 strings was too much, but maybe 7 is okay, I don't know. And I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to start with this really awesome piece of curly redwood as the back, and then a core of black walnut, and I'll cut the sides and the electronic cavity out of this. And then I will mount the neck into that, and then a nice matching curly redwood top. But that's going to be essentially a thin body acoustic by itself. Then I'm going to take this cool piece of crotchy black walnut and bend that into an arch over the top of the top. So essentially giving it 2 independent soundboards, both of which will be suspended over the neck through, and the pickups will be mounted to the neck wood running through the center of the instrument. The neck, by the way, is black walnut with 9 alternating stringers of satin wood and more black walnut. So that's going to be fun to glue up. 11 layers. I'll probably do it in 3 stages, because 11 pieces to glue up sounds horrible to me, so I'll split it up into a couple smaller ones. And then I have a leopard wood fretboard. Looks very pretty. I think it'll go with all the other colors. And that's basically it for the wood and the design. Hardware-wise, very cool. Tosin Abasi, Fishman Fluence, signature pickups. Came with pots and wiring and all kinds of fancy stuff, but no diagrams, so that's going to be a treat. Babbitt's full contact hardware, which is the same thing I used on, well, 3 of these guitars, because they're really awesome bridge saddles. The one I didn't use them on was the bass. I used KSM saddles, which is a very similar concept, but a totally different design. They're all genius. For tuners, I have some Hipshot open gear lockers that are very cool, but I wanted the headstock to be light, so I went with the open gear Hipshots because they're super tiny, little, excellent little things, and it should keep it from neck diving or any of that nonsense. I have some strap locks, some mini toggles, output jack, truss rods, some titanium rods for in the neck. I don't really know what else I can talk about here. I think I've covered everything. But now I realize I'm missing a pickup selector, so I have to figure that out. And, well, that's all I have to say. This is going to be a blast. I have to do a lot of stuff. I need to get this neck glued up so it can start settling. And that's it. Thanks for stopping by. Subscribe if you want to see how this turns out. And that's really all I have to say. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot.